Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Rob at Old Style Classics Baseball Cards. Welcome back to my channel, Old Style Classics Baseball Cards on June 25th, 2024. It's about 10:20 p.m. California time. I was about 12 minutes into doing this video, went to pause it and accidentally hit stop and just decided to start over. So I just did that last episode of my eBay pickups the last few days and got some Andre Dawson cards, but now I want to move on and get to another set of oddball cards, um, just to have it come out maybe tomorrow morning. And don't adjust your screens, people. My camera set up specifically to show these cards. And so first I'm going to recap what we got from old Topps, not Topps, but from eBay. Some of it is Topps, but there's one, Topps Museum Collection 2014. Picked this up from eBay. Beautiful card, very reminiscent of the 2004. This is 2014. The 2004 Flair Greats, just different color. So that's beautiful, thick card. I don't do museum collection because it's too expensive, but picked this one up off of eBay because it's a beauty. So that's nice. And then we got a oddball adjacent card from one of those like 44 card sets they did back in the days, and that was one of these Flair boxes. But I got the Andre Dawson Baseball's Exciting Stars from '88. Nice card that kind of got a '87 Dunross look to it with that little bar and border thing here. So I guess Flair appreciated what Dunross did the year before. Typical Flair kind of back, very nice. So that is not specific to any store like KB or anything like that. So you'd probably pick it up at all kinds of places like CVS and Walgreens and these kind of places. So it's kind of oddball adjacent because it's not main set, and it's not like a hobby store set or something like that. You know, the cards were different back then. So it's sort of in between oddball and regular. Alright, our first oddball one, and the first one I ever got from McDonald's. Baseball's Best McDonald's card. Andre Dawson, limited edition it says up there. That's a cool looking card, very 90s-ish. They do have another set that Andre's in, and maybe it's like a local to like Chicago or something, because it's like over $20, and this one was just like $2 or something. I dig the back. It's very kind of, doesn't match the front as much. That's a little more modern for the 90s. This has a little more old school oddball look to it. But I dig that it's got the McDonald's logo there, and that's from Topps. So that's Andre Dawson, and that's 1992 card. I'll leave that out for a second. Accidentally ordered a second one of these Hardy's discs of Andre Dawson, and I believe that's like 93-ish. And the interesting thing about this card is it's Hardy's and Coca-Cola, but then it also says Score and MSA. So which company produced these? What was the relationship going on there at the time? The checklist only says MSA on the checklist, so it's kind of a quadruple oddball, but they paid for the logo, so that's pretty cool. And that's beauty, about the size of a Jiffy Pop disc. And then we're going to lead into the set of cards that I'm going to show you tonight. The only reason I'm doing these ones is because they were restored with the Burger Chef stuff and the Pepsi little discs, the little mitts. And so I want to put these cards away, so that's why I'm going to kind of go out of order here and do Topps right now. Normally I would have probably moved on to some other oddballs, but let's get this one out of the way. It's a beautiful set, 1982 Squirt. We just got this from eBay earlier in the week, or last week, and didn't really get to show it all that much because I was doing my other oddball cards. So I just got a glimpse of this stuff. So as you can see here, it's got a perforation along that side because there's tabs that go on the end of this that would advertise Squirt, and then at the top it has a little hole that you would put into like over the cap of a 2-liter bottle, and that's how you would have got these. particularly from a 2-liter bottle. Now this one of Andre Dawson, my PC guy, picked up from eBay because I wanted to have a single without the tab put in my binder. They're nice looking cards. They're pretty nice oddball, somewhere in the middle, maybe a little above middle of the road. You know, not my favorite, not my least favorite oddball set, but it's a pretty nice version Topps did. Topps is hit or miss with oddball cards. So this one's, you know, it's above average, let's say, so 6 out of 10 kind of thing. But they're super cool. I really like them. They're old school, the color matches and everything. It's very Squirt-like and kind of 80s, and I don't know, I like them. They're sweet. Now, please like, subscribe, leave a message and all that stuff. And just to show you real quick, it is a little bit off from a regular size card because they had to make room to put a tab on there. So it's about, what, a centimeter or 5 millimeters, you know, whatever, bigger, smaller, I should say. So they're super cool cards. And so when I was at the local card shop about 6 years ago, the guy's like, "Oh, I think I got something you'll like. It's got Andre Dawson in it too." And I was like, looked at these and I was like, "Yep," had to buy them on the spot. So there's the little tab. So unfortunately I already did part of this video, but I had to redo it. It's like a little spade shovel shape there, and that would pop out. You put that over the cap of the bottle, and then these would just dangle over the side, and that's how you would have got the card. So then it says collect all 22 Squirt baseball cards, and then there's the perforation right there. Now can you imagine getting this thing slabbed up, and there's 22 of them? The size of a slab would be ridiculous and expensive. These cards aren't the cheapest, you know, they're not super cheap oddball cards, but they're not overly expensive yet either. I'd say probably 20 bucks, somewhere in that, or 20 to 30 maybe, is what I paid for these. So Cecil Cooper, and so then you got 1982 Squirt Co. I think they're owned by Coca-Cola now. Thank you for drinking Squirt and Diet Squirt. And that's Topps. So I'll give you a good look at the back. So this one here, interesting enough, doesn't have the little comic up there, so we're gonna have to keep our eyes out for which ones have the comic and which ones don't. Alright, let me adjust these cards one more time. Falling all over. So Cecil Cooper, number 1. Number 2. Jerry Remy. Gotta always remember to move my cursor from my mouse away from the stop button, because I accidentally got 12 minutes in the last video and had to start over. So Jerry Remy, see, so that one's got the comic up there, so you can read all that. Topps Chewing Gum, printed in USA. Feel free to pause those and take a look at those if you like. Alright, so the card number 2. Card number 3 will be our first Hall of Famer. That's George Brett. Kind of that 70s influence still going on in his haircut there. Maybe a little feathering action going on. So George Brett, third base for the Royals. And there's his stats, plus the little cartoon comic up there. And I would like to thank you for watching Old Style Classics baseball cards. Shout out to Cloudsy UFC and MN Yankees for subscribing, Cloudsy for posting a comment, Martha Brito for commenting, and we're up to 116 subscribers. So thank you all. Alright. These cards do want to stick together sometimes, so I got to make sure. Another Hall of Famer. Next card up. Alan Trammell. This is where I lost the other video, because I was double checking to make sure he made the Hall of Fame, which he did. And so there you go, Alan Trammell for you Tigers fans. So pretty sweet stuff. Alright, so that's 2 Hall of Famers. Now let's do a third. Card number 5, Reggie Jackson. Alright, hopefully that's focused in. And there's Reggie now as an Angel. So it's nice to pick these cards up with the tab in such good shape. I think they had bought a collection from somebody and this was part of it. And then he knew that I liked Dawson and Oddball, so he offered it up to me and I bought. So Hall of Famer Reggie Jackson there. Next, Kirk Gibson. So maybe not a Hall of Famer, but a superstar nonetheless. Had his big moments in the World Series and all that, so solid superstar. Kirk Gibson there. Alright, look at that. Card number 6. Card number 7, another Hall of Famer, Dave Winfield. So the great Dave Winfield there. And beautiful shape. So nice. He's on the Yankees there, so that's good. So Mr. Dave Winfield. Alright, so apparently we're loaded with Hall of Famers, folks. There we go. Carlton Fisk. That's where I remember him from growing up, being on the White Sox there. But forever known as a Boston guy. But Carlton Fisk, Hall of Fame catcher. His stats there, 169 home runs, but this is early 80s, so catcher Carlton Fisk. Alright, not Don Mattingly, but Ron Gaudry, pitcher for the Yankees. Got a little Schmutz or something on there. Number 9. Alright. Dennis Leonard for Kansas City. The mutton chops and the mustachio thing there. So definitely living it up at the disco or whatever. Florida boy there. Alright, talking about Dave Kingman is one of only 14 players to hit over 200 home runs from 1970 through 1979. 252 home runs. It's not even a Dave Kingman card, but there you go. That was number 10 up to number 11. Here we go. Hall of Famer Raleigh Fingers. So Mr. Raleigh Fingers. 107 wins at that point in time. 272 saves. So wins and saves involved in a ton of wins. Mr. Raleigh Fingers and his handlebar mustachio. Nice card. Brew Crew. Alright, perhaps someday Hall of Famer, but not right now. And they were talking on Hobby Palooza about who carries the torch as the best baseball player alive since Willie Mays is dead. I don't consider steroid guys in that consideration. So sorry on Bonds, but it's tough because I would say Pete Rose. Although he's excluded from baseball, probably until he's dead. But he's probably the best player that wasn't a cheat No, he may have got caught gambling, but never like steroid or cheater or something like that as a player. And gambling is a total different thing unless he was throwing games, but I don't think they've ever proven that. But as far as baseball skills, without having the assistance of some enhancements, Pete Rose might be the guy to call up. You know, and if you want to eliminate him because of that being banned from baseball, then I'm fine with that too. But I think I would rather have a gambler over a PD alleged user, which seemed very obvious. So if not him, then maybe King Griffey Jr., Ichiro would be my vote. So number 12, Pete Rose there. He's always very collectible. All right, so a little over halfway home. Phil Garner, the Astros there. Remember, people collect all 22. Your grandchildren may be rich. Your grandchildren's grandchildren. All right, Phil Garner, second base, Houston. All right, folks, need to take another drink. I'm getting a little dry. All right, another Hall of Famer. There we go, Mr. Mike Schmidt. Some people couldn't make an argument for him. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, he could be in the discussion. I don't think of Mike Schmidt and think, oh, that was the best player in baseball. He was one of the best hitters, and I know he's a solid third baseman, but yeah, I think he'd be in the top 10 for living that are not active. There you go, Mr. Mike Schmidt. So no cartoon up there again. So who knows, maybe Diet Squirt, or maybe they were different. Who knows? Dave Concepcion, Cincinnati Reds. All right, All-Star. And next we have George Hendrick, St. Louis. All right, there's his info. Another Hall of Famer and a huge card for me. One that I had to order a second of. My man Andre Dawson, Hall of Famer, 5-tool. Unfortunately, 12 knee surgeries and 2 strikes, 12 knee surgeries, and being beamed in the face. Sidetracked his reaching some milestones like 3,500. But still, one of the greatest players during his era and one of the hardest working and most feared and respected players at the time. The great Andre Dawson. Let's take a look at the back of this other one, see if anything's any different. Nope, so the backs are all the same. So, as you see, needed to get me a loose version. So my man Andre Dawson. Gonna get an extra view of that card in whole. That's my PC guy. Let's see here, is that a bubble, eye bubble or whatever? So yeah, we'll print bubble on this one. Alright, just giving you another look at Andre. Next, Mr. George Foster, superstar. All over these old 70s and 80s oddball sets. So had a pretty solid numbers, over 1,000 hits, about 250 home runs, and near 300 batting average, so pretty solid star there. Alright, here we go. Another Expo Hall of Famer, Gary Carter. Let's check out Gary and his Man Pro. Number 19, Gary Carter for the Expos. Another great catcher. Alright, another guy like George Foster, all over the place on oddball cards for that decade. Mr. Fernando Valenzuela, and this is right during his peak popularity, 81-82. Fernando Mania. I remember seeing him like on Monday Night Baseball or whatever it is, ABC, or them showing him. So there you go, Mr. Fernando Valenzuela. Alright, who do we have here, folks? Looks like another Hall of Famer to me. That would be Mr. Tom Seaver for Cincinnati there. Tab is getting a little loose up there. Tom Seaver. A lot of stats there. I don't even know if that'll clear up. There you go. Superstar pitcher. And to wrap it up, another Hall of Famer, a guy with spelling the same last name as me but it's pronounced different. Bruce Sutter, and I'm a Sutter. You got to go back and watch one of them episodes where I talked about me getting into an argument with a judge that I was in front of for a speeding ticket. They called my name. Well, actually, I think it was an insurance ticket. And Mr. Sutter, you're next. And I got up there and I was like, oh, it's Sutter. What? My last name's Sutter. No, it's Sutter. And I'm like, I know my own name. It's Sutter. And I'm like, okay. I'm not going to argue with the judge over how to pronounce my name. I've only had it my whole life. I was like, what are you doing, dude? Don't argue with him. Needless to say, I got out of that ticket. I got a little ding there. But Mr. Bruce Sutter, former Cub. So there you go. That is my Squirt 22 card set of Topps cards. And once again, so it's kind of lost track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So exactly half the set is Hall of Famer. So 11 of 22 are Hall of Famers. And yeah, just hard to keep stored, you know, because you're always worried about the flimsy perforations there. But pretty sweet stuff. So I'm official owner of 23 of these 22 card set. Now, if you're doing your math there, explain to me how that is. There's your going to watch Old Style Classics baseball cards math riddle of the day. I have the complete 22 card set, and I have 23 of them. How? Alright, everybody, so thanks for watching Old Style Classics baseball cards. Appreciate you guys checking in with me again. Hope you enjoy my oddball stuff, because I'm a huge fan of collecting oddball cards. Thanks, everybody. Have a good Wednesday, and we'll figure out what we're going to do tomorrow. See ya.